You've got that packet there of the things that I know that are near and dear to your heart. When you think of all these things, and you could, I'm sure we could talk for hours. Was there a best moment? I know there are a lot of things you're really, really proud of that we've been talking about already. Out of all of those, that's a tough. Is there something that jumps out as the best moment?
I'll tell you the best moment. I don't know that I've ever shared this with you. I don't know that I have. I had a huge, we had a huge retirement party when I left the firm, and we had all my fellow partners and, folks that work with me for years and my family there. But when I stepped down as a chair at St. Bonaventure, there was a big event that they wanted to do. And a few of us were stepping down that particular evening. And there was a whole agenda of what was going to happen that night and the whole layout. And all of a sudden, we got done with dinner and they're going to start the program. And I see my wife go up to the podium. Well, anybody who knows Nancy, Nancy, she doesn't like to speak publicly. It's just not something she does. And so she gets up and she's looking directly at me, and the place was full. The dinner was full. And she's looking down at me. And she goes, "I want to talk to you tonight. I want to share with you some things that are really important about what you've done and about how I feel about that. And I want to just talk to you." I'm getting choked up now. I mean,
yeah.
It to me was, it was probably the greatest gift I've ever gotten.
Wow.
Ever gotten. And the CEO of
right
Sirius Radio was there was doing stuff, and we had all kinds of people doing things. That moment was a gift that I'll never ever forget. And it's not in here. It's in here.
Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, absolutely.
Right. It's in here.
I remember you telling me about that night, and I remember distinctly, I believe we were in Arizona and you were filling me in on it and talking to my wife and I in a van, and we're all so close, and saying all of a sudden you're sitting there and Nancy's walking up and you're like, "Where are you going?
Where is she going?
Where are you going? This is not the norm here, right? This isn't me. I'm seeing my wife going up here addressing all these folks that are here and then looking at you eyeball to eyeball and netting that out." What a big moment. And
and the funny part about it, Leo, is she told no one.
Yeah.
She told no one. She went to the MC for that evening and she goes, "I'm speaking tonight. I'm speaking tonight."
Well, she had a calling herself.
Well, it was.
I remember we had a reunion years ago, and it was a matter of not just thanking you, but thanking Nancy for her support of the time and effort that she knew, all those trips that you had to make.
Yeah.
All those phone calls, the conference calls, now Zoom calls, things like this. It just never ends. And without her support, you couldn't do it.
Let's put that in perspective, though, Leo, because you'd like to sit there and say, well, that was always going to happen, right? No, it wasn't always going to happen. And some people, you give people the opportunity, you give people a chance to around with other cohorts, with other colleagues, to sit there, and ultimately you give them the chance to have the moment that we're discussing right now, and to tangibly say, how can I make a difference today? How can I live my legacy? How can I take my abundance and my talents and treasures, and what can I do? Right. So, you're giving them that opportunity, Leo, whether they want it or not, and hopefully they will. Your gift to them is going to be so substantial. They're going to be thanking you for the rest of their life when they get through that program. They will. I've been a part of it. I've seen it. I've watched it. I know.